All right, this conversation has to do with me exposing RIZA to TEPAIT. Now, can you this? All right, and I was actually saying last night until there was 2% left on the phone. And by the way, man, I've been married for 5 years. Almost. It's gonna be 5 years this year. December of this year, December 14th, actually. So, man, we're not going to get no prizes for no president anytime soon. We're not even going to get the prize of the golden sombrero. I mean, we're not, it's not even five. I mean, we couldn't even reach 25. What is it like what is it like? There's a prize, or that's not a prize, but I mean, 25 years is something, and then 50 years is something, and 75 years is something, and if you reach 100 years, let's say you get married at the age of 25, and then you're 125, and then 125. I mean, I don't know who reached that, by the way. I mean, not even Moses. you know? So that's just the deal. I mean, So we're not gonna get any golden sombreros anytime soon from the president of the Philippines. You understand? All right. Now, so this is part two. Uh, Listen, as a married man, I'm saying as a Christian person, you can't you can't do what she does, man. You can't go over me after making love. Now I'm a married man. Um, and spill what I put into you on me, man. That's gross. That's disgusting, though, man. So she doesn't even shake anymore. She because she knows that I know that trick already, and it stopped at the birth of the conception of Sean for a while until I noticed her trick, and then I came out of her right before she started shaking. So he was conceived, and the rest is history. And he's a miracle child because she fell, um, um, during her pregnancy. She fell down. She could have miscarried right there. You understand what I'm saying? So he's a miracle child. He was born for a reason, and that's why it's very, very, very evil to try to stop the process of God. But you can't listen. I think this is one of the main reasons. It's infidelity and grossfulness. You can't spill the seed that I put into you, man. As a married person, uh, I put it into you, and then you stand up, and it falls right on my lap. The sperm. I mean, come on, man. You can't do that, though. You can't feel sorry for somebody like that. Okay, she's the poorest of the poor. Who cares? I don't mean that. Just because, God, I was just hearing in the book of Colossians, God is not a respecter of persons. Just because you're the poorest of the poor, it doesn't mean He's gonna let you get away with things. He's not a respecter of persons. You know what I'm saying? He's not. He's not a respecter of persons. He's not gonna respect you more than a rich person just because you're bloody poor. No. He's not gonna respect you if you're a rich person if you're bloody rich. He doesn't care. Look at the book of Colossians. I was just hearing it just now. You can't do that, man. You just see the problem is with reason. My wife now, anyway. And by the way, I wanted to add this, okay? That I'm gonna try to not gonna try. I'm gonna do it because my mother always used to say, "Don't say you're gonna try, do it." And so she didn't like the word try too much. You know what I mean? You either do it or you don't. You know what I mean? No, I'm gonna try it. No. So I take that back. Okay, you understand what I mean? Um, Listen. I can do all I can. I can do the process. I could do that. But if I gotta ask Atian to ask the lawyer or whatever. What happens is one. Do you need the two people to sign, or just one person to sign? Listen. I never got a separation though, man. What do you think? I'm Einstein. So, do you need the two people to sign, or do I sign and that's sufficient, or whatever the case may be, or do I need her to sign? It's up to her. If we're gonna get a separation, if it's two people to sign, I mean, it takes two to tango. It takes two to dance. You understand what I mean? If she doesn't sign, I'm stuck with the witch. I'm just saying. I'm stuck with her, man. I'm just saying. Man, I used to look very handsome when I was like, what was it? This picture was like a 2008. So that was 15 years ago. I mean, I'm still handsome, but still, I mean, look at the hair, the difference. I mean, goodness gracious, though, man. And that wasn't dyed. That was the color of my hair. Now, that's the thing that goes quickly. I was looking at General Hospital, sort of before and after 1985, and then 2023 or whatever it was. And the difference between Robert Scorpio, I mean, Robert Scorpio was a hunk. And because, even as a man, you got to respect, the beauty of anyone. And Robert Scorpio, I mean, he secret agent, close friends with Sean Donnelly, which is the name of my son, is Anna Devane, which is the name of my daughter. Secret agents, all of them trained by Sean. And that guy was amazing. But now he's just a freaking senior citizen, man. I'm just saying, I'm a senior citizen too, so I mean, I can talk. I'm almost a senior citizen. I mean, I'm just 58 years old. And I got this picture taken when I was like 43. I think I was 43 at the time. So you add 15 and 43, 58. So thank God I still look okay. And also I touched up this picture too, though. I touched it up. I did put some beauty enhancements, you know what I'm saying? But the color of the hair is the color of the hair. That's what it is. And my face was good at the time, and I had a suit on and a tie and and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But anyway, you know. But I'm just saying, man, God is not a respecter of persons. You got to understand. When you're wrong, you're wrong. He doesn't give two hoots if you're rich or poor. So he's not going to say, oh, well, RIZA TEPAIT is the poorest of the poor. And let me look at the face that I created, by the way. This is God. Let me look at the face. This is not God. Let me look at the face that I created, by the way. And then, I'll take pity upon that. He created that face. Miserable, You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna respect that if that's what he created. He's not gonna respect it. He's not gonna say, "Oh, look at her face. It's a little mousy, little." Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't go like that, though. You know, it doesn't go like that. All right, now, so put that aside. But the infidelity, the unfaithfulness, that's what really killed the marriage, though. Because once you cannot trust, and I challenge any woman out there, I mean, Atiana, I challenge any woman at the office, I challenge anyone out there, I don't care who and what and where. You know what I mean? Let's say if your husband cheats on you. Let's say if he's a seaman. Let's say if, I don't care what it is, and he cheats on you. Well, you can't trust a person like that ever again, ever. 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 I mean, ever. Because you don't know what he's going to do when he's behind your back, when he's, outside of the door. You can't trust a person like that ever again. It kills. Listen, and there are women that put up with that stuff because the guy brings home the bacon, the guy brings home the money, and all this. And I'm not talking about anybody in particular right now. I'm just saying that there are women who stay in that. And then, the other side of the coin, there are women who stay in a relationship like that because, they think that the Bible, that God is calling them to do that, to be long suffering and to suffer. Now listen, Hosea, which is the name of the book, name of a book in the Bible. Hosea was a prophet, right? And then he was told to marry a woman of adultery, a woman who was unfaithful, and that was his calling. That was his calling. That was his calling because he was to play the part of, God, the living God, who had married, the nation of Israel, who have came into a covenant relationship with them, especially with the remnant. You understand what I mean? So it was like a bride and bridegroom, or a bridegroom and bride relationship. So he was playing a part of that. And in that book, in the 14 chapters, it really spells out the love of God with his people. That even though they're unfaithful, God cannot deny himself. There is punishment to be avoided. There is discipline. There's this, there's that. I mean, they went into captivity and into the nation of Babylon and stuff like that. That's where the book of Daniel comes into play. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the captives. Okay, fine. And what God promised, he did. Ezekiel chapter 16 tells you the things that he did for his bride and their unfaithfulness, and stuff like that in return. You understand what I mean? But not everybody's called to do that. I'm not called to I don't think I'm called to be with RIZA though, man. I mean, I want to have children. And I already said, if someone out there, can't have kids because of the age or because of the condition or whatever the case may be, but I'm madly in love with the person in the future, and vice versa. And then I know this, and then I'm already testing out right now. I'm already not testing out the waters, but I'm testing out attitudes. It's not that I'm searching, but I am beforehand. I'm using foreknowledge, if you understand what I'm saying, to weed people out. I already canceled 2 people out of the application because there's going to be a big line. There's going to be hunting season on Angelo. I mean, everybody got their water pistols out on me, boy. Oh, Americano. Oh, my God, he has a little bit of money, and even more when he's finished with the loan at the end. Oh, my God, I want somebody like he is. And first of all, he's not that bad looking. He's a good looking guy. I mean, he's a little blind, but still. He can't see me from a distance, but, hey, good, the better. I mean, he stays home, he cleans, he takes care of the kids, he's faithful. But where are you going to find that? He doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink, he doesn't gamble. This guy's Superman. Well, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying maybe they're saying that. What I'm saying. Where are you going to find that at? Oh, he can't see that well, but nobody's perfect. Where am I going to get that? Where in God's world am I going to get somebody like this guy? Look at this guy. The guy's a hunk. I mean, I listen. I'll give anything to be with him, even though he's kind of old. I mean, he's getting up there in age, and then so they could have 2 things against me: my age and my sight. After that, I mean, I got more than what people could offer them. You know what I mean? Excuse me. You know what I mean? So it's going to be hunting season on Angelo. I mean, the line's going to be long. It's like a store that's opening up, you know what I mean, at a particular date. And there's going to be a long line, like from Bogle to Manila, you understand what I'm saying? It's going to be a long line, man. But I'm weeding people out of the line because I asked, and I'm not saying that I'm going to ask people that has a business, and if, a business like a professional business, I'm talking about loaning or whatever. I'm not talking about that. So that's out. I'm not talking about that. If somebody says no to me, well, then I'm weeding the people in the office. I'm not talking about that, though. I'm talking about I weeded 2 people out yesterday. 2. I'm not going to tell you who they are. But I said I was like investigating, just like Sean. Donnelly taught me to do. Took my recorder, went out, and I asked a favor of a person. Let's just put it like that. One of the 2 people. Asked a favor of a person. You understand? And then she said no. And then this had to do with like a credit in the store. And I said, dag, if this woman said no and we're not even married yet, what's gonna hello? So I weeded 2 people out yesterday. 2 people I weeded out yesterday. 2 people weeded out. I put the name on the what do you call it, on the recorder. I said X this and X, and I actually, like, with the house and marked at X. I put like my hand. How's Anna? How Anna's sleeping? Okay, go. Let's go. What do you need? Well, what do you need? It's up there. It's up. So So the thing is that the weeding process, and this is the thing about Gil, and Denise was telling me about this yesterday. Gil thinks that everybody is a potential partner. Gil, that's my best friend, in the whole world. I know him for 50 years, since second grade, since 1972, all the way to so I mean, right now, I mean, even though I don't talk to him right now, this is it's still, I mean, I mean, I met him in the third grade, in the same school for the blind. So I count all the years, even though, I'm not really talking to him now and stuff like that. And he's in a bad situation, and all of this other stuff. But the problem is that he thinks like I used to think, that everybody is a potential marriage partner. Like everybody that he sees is, oh my God, oh, I hope she's interested in me, because the thing is that, because he's up there, he's the same age as I am. The same age. I think he's gonna be the same age maybe in November, I think. I think his birthday's in November, if I'm not mistaken, so he's gonna be 58 also. You understand what I'm saying? So the mistake that he does is that and I used to be like that also. That everybody, somebody, and I used to be like this when I was back home in the States, like
Did you say little card?
the fire,
Card.
the huh?
Little card.
What card? Card?
Yeah.
But what kind of card? What are you talking about?
It's like this card.
Let me feel.
It's like ID.
ID? I put everything over there. Everything. It's probably there. It's your ID. Everything is over there. I just took my stuff, like the Citibank thing, and I didn't take it. It's probably down on the floor. In the floor, you have to look, because there's a lot of things I put there back. Are you talking about a copy of one, or the card? No, I didn't take that, because I know it's hard for you to get that back. Everything is there. You're not looking right. I probably, because I didn't put it inside, maybe perfectly. It's like somewhere else, You have to look also in your cartera that I bought you. It might be in there. It's the cartera. I bought you the pocketbook, a little pocketbook. It's like brown or whatever it is, gray. I bought you one, and it might be in there. Everything is there. It's just that it's mixed up, because I had to get the Citibank papers you don't need, the pictures you don't need. And like that, that's what I took back. Is the things that has my bank number, and you don't need stuff like that, So what I'm trying to say is that Gil, and this is what Denise has been telling me about Gil. Gil is a person that he thinks that everybody is good, everybody's a potential marriage partner, and that's the problem with Gil. I mean, because he's desperate, So before, you really need to mark things off, you didn't find it yet? You found it? Okay, good. See, because I don't touch your things. I know that stuff is very hard, to get. I just touch my stuff, and then I put your stuff back. But I didn't put it in the same place, because I can't remember how I got them out, so. I don't touch your stuff, ever touch your stuff like that, so I don't do that, because it's very hard to get things, So let's just say. So I mean, so Gil. I mean, and the thing is that I heard today, that the Pope in 2019, the Pope of the Roman Catholic Church, kissed the feet of Muslims in 2019 of Sudan. I mean, come on, you gotta be joking though, man. I mean, just to step outside something, no pun intended, step outside feet, you know what I mean? He actually bent down. I mean, he needed help, because his knees are so bad. I don't even think that Pope Francis is the Pope now. It might be somebody else. He actually went down on his knees and kissed the feet of the Muslims in Sudan. Now, he wanted to create peace. Like between these warring factions, these warring countries, if you will, or whatever the case may be. But you don't kiss somebody's feet, though, man. That's worship, man. The only person in the Bible that accepted the kissing of feet, actually, well, I shouldn't say that accepted, because you never know in the Old Testament, but in the New Testament, the only person that was acceptable to kiss the feet of was Jesus. I mean, the woman, Mary Magdalene. I think it was Mary Magdalene kissed the feet of Jesus, but Jesus is the God Man. I mean, he could accept worship. And when they tried to worship Peter, okay, and even Paul, and the acts of the apostles, they said no, don't bow down and worship us. We're like you, we're men like you. And so you see the Pope kneeling down in front of Muslim people and kissing the feet of Muslims in 2019. I didn't even know that. I saw that today, actually. It was amazing. Amazing and you have 2.3 billion Christians in the world. 60% of that, you understand, okay, are Catholic people. 90% in the Philippines are Catholics. The so-called Christians in the Philippines are Catholic people. 90%. 90%. 10% is whatever else is, Muslims, whatever, whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying? And so close the door for me, please. Thank you. So the leader of the Catholic Church. I mean, I'm not even talking about this now, but the leader of the Catholic Church knelt down on his. Listen, I can see him kiss the ground, and he usually does that when he comes to a strange land, a strange country. He kisses the ground. If he goes to the Philippines, he's going to kiss the ground. If he goes to the United States, he's going to kiss the ground, that you walk on. I mean, if he goes to France, he's going to kiss the ground. That's a little bit too much anyway. That's too much anyway. But to actually kiss the feet of Muslim people. Now, Jesus said that we're supposed to wash each other's feet, but that means to serve, because not in every country you wash people's feet, though. Over here, you can wash people's feet and stuff like that, and it's okay because of the dust of the dirty, roads and stuff like that, and Jesus washed the disciples' feet, but he gave an example that you should serve people. That's the example, that you should serve people. You understand what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean to kiss people's feet. I mean, Jesus didn't kiss the disciples' feet, though. They didn't kiss the disciples' feet. He didn't kiss the disciples' feet. You don't see the disciples kissing anybody's feet, the Pharisees or anybody, the Sadducees, the scribes, or Herod or King Herod or anybody else in the New Testament. You have the key. Lock the door if you have the key. You understand what I'm saying? You don't see that. I mean, kissing the feet of Muslim people, man, people who are responsible for the death and persecution of millions and millions and millions of Christians, they caused the deaths of thousands of Christian people. And that was just to skip the subject a little bit because she came in. You know what I mean? So I don't want to get into a whole bunch of hoopla. Even though I could edit, I mean, I could go on to speaking and I could just edit later. So it doesn't mean a hill of beans to me. I mean, I could just cut and paste. Is that what I'm saying? But let's get back to the issue. The issue is infidelity, though. You can't be unfaithful, though, man. Just because, we don't have enough money and stuff like that, you have to go online and search money for, first of all, my sister. And then, my nieces. To such a degree that they came on me. And they say, Angelo, why are you asking for... I didn't ask you for anything. That was her that took it upon herself. Many reasons that took it upon herself to ask my sister and bother my sister and bother my nieces and people like that. Come on, you can't do that. You cannot do that. And then one of my best friends in the whole world is Mark from Missouri. Completely, I said, and then she was crying to ask Mark for help. She was actually crying. I said, listen, don't do it. Don't do it. And this was for the baby before the loan. Before we got the loan of Atian so long ago, the $2,000 that started the whole thing. Before that, I said, trust in the Lord. The Lord is going to provide. No, call Mark, call Mark, I said, no, sweetheart. He already lied to us 2 times. He lied to me 2 times. He already lied to you once. No, call Mark, please. And, Mark is a Jehovah's Witness. And the reason why he's my friend is because we have these, first of all, he's a nice guy. And we have these debates and stuff like that. And we have over 100 recorded debates. And I've spoken to Mark for, it's going to be like, it was like about 8 years or something like that, or 9 or whatever it was. You understand what I'm saying? And so I've been speaking to Mark for a long time in the ministry because I made my telephone number public in the United States, and I used to get telephone calls from everybody all throughout the all throughout, not the world, but even though my ministry in my first channel, Angelo KYKY, has almost Angelo KYKY Quinones, it has almost 3,000 subscribers. The first channel is very successful. Very successful. I have one Bible study that has 19,000 views. The Tetragrammaton. The Tetragrammaton has 19,000 views, and I have a lot of videos with thousands of views. I have one that's reaching 9,000, several with 1,000, several some with 2,000. I think I have one with 2,000. I have several like 800 and 900 and 500. Several of 300. So the first channel is very. Now I lost the codes for the first channel. Let me just touch this picture because then it's gonna be. Let me see over here. Okay, so so I lost the code, so I can't get in there anymore. I can't control the channel, so I can't add to that channel. I had to create two other channels, and then I lost the codes of the past words in the second channel, and I had to create this one. So hopefully, I'm okay with this one, and I don't have to create another one. You know what I mean? Another channel, because first of all, it's very hard to do, and then you can't add to it. But I know this channel is gonna be around, after my death. So I don't mind, and I don't know how God is gonna use it. And I think that it's going to be used in a tremendous way. I mean, Martin Luther never knew the Protestant reformer who lived about 500 years ago. He didn't know that his nailing of the 95 Theses on the church bulletin board, the door, was going to create this whole Protestant Reformation thing. So. But you don't spill seed on somebody that puts seed into you, man. You don't be unfaithful. You just don't do those things, though. You don't be unfaithful. I don't care what reason it is. She swore, you understand what I'm saying? To have no others. And that's what it means. Forsaking all others is said in the marriage vows. Now, I'm going to look at the marriage vows, okay? And I'm going to take a picture of it. And then I'm going to go through each thing and interpret it in the way that I see that it says, for example, so for instance, for better or for worse, does the worse include adultery? Worse means like, financial situation getting worse, living arrangements getting worse. I think maybe attitudes getting worse, or circumstances around you getting worse. It doesn't commit. It's not adultery, though, man. It's not that. It's not that. I'm gonna be studying that this adultery thing, and the teachings about it, and remarriage and stuff like that, and according to the Bible. But I don't know if she's gonna sign. And so if she doesn't sign, if I sign and she doesn't sign, does it still count? Can I go through with it anyway? That's the thing. I think that she might go through with it anyway because she wants to go to, the Middle East and make money on her own, or she wants to go to Cebu and work and stuff like that, and the job that she had before, making cameras or whatever it was. I don't know what she did. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So what's this over here already, though, man? What's that? What's this? Let me see what this is. It says. Okay, it says prohibit AZ screen recorder, okay, from using, okay, microphone. Prohibit. Come on, man, get out of here, though, man. It says prohibit, always prohibit. Come on, man. Come on, what's the deal? I don't understand what's going on. Just cancel. I mean, I don't understand what it is. I don't know if it's still recording, though. Let me check it out. Let me see over here. It was getting so interesting before she came around. I mean, I was really getting into the groove. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'll let other things come into mind, and then I'll maybe, join the third clip with this one. This is the second clip of 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 two parts so far, and so she's staying over there in her mother's house. And what the god, she's staying there, man? I don't want no problems. I didn't come to the Philippines for no problems, man. Should have stayed in my house. I had a made in the shade, 2 blocks away from the beach, a nice job in the insurance company and stuff like that. Probably was going to join the Salvation Army within a couple of years and stuff like that. I didn't have any kids. That's the only thing I never had. And kids, I have 2 kids now, a boy and a girl, thank God. So I mean, at least I said, at least someone said, at least you got 2 kids. I don't know if that was somebody in Atian's office. I think Rhonda said that. Interesting character, Rhonda. I mean, she has an interesting personality, though. Very interesting personality. Not that I'm seeking, but everybody needs a friend to speak to, man. You see the problem with Riza is that she comes in here into the house and she doesn't talk. She doesn't talk to me. She doesn't talk to me. I mean, she's over here like about maybe let's say 1 hour or 2 hours or whatever the case may be. Even when she comes here to sleep, she doesn't talk. She doesn't get close to you. She used to. She used to get close to me sometimes and cuddle up maybe like that. But very, very, that's like maybe 3% of the time or 1% of the time. You put it that low of a percentage. Um, it used to be like that. Of course, we're not even talking now. And she came over here looking for something, and then she asked me, "Where's her card, her ID, and blah blah blah." And then okay, take everything out. I mean, I don't care. I don't touch her stuff. You know, I got my bank statements and my and my pictures of my mother and my brother and sister and the other ones I got of us together. I mean, at least I got that done. I could make a poster out of it in the future like that, and you know, um, you know what I mean. So I mean, for my other house, for my the new house, God willing, everything, if God gives me life. But I need friends. I need new friends. I need to have friends because nobody's an island. Nobody lives on their own. You need help. You need someone to talk to. You need someone that wants to hear you. You know what I mean? And who knows what can happen after that? I don't know who's interested in me and stuff like that. She has to come to me because I'm a shy guy. She has to say, Angelo, you know something? I'm interested in you. Like that. I mean, bold, definite. Angelo, listen. When you get your separation, I'm interested in you. I'm interested in having a relationship with you. Yeah, it's just to be like that because I'm a very shy guy. I used to be even more shyer, and I don't even know if shyer is a word. But I used to be more shy in Lavelle in my school, former school, grammar school and high school stuff. I used to be very shy. I had my girlfriends, but I was very far and few between. You know what I mean? I was because I was shy. I was just a shy guy. My face wasn't that good, so I was shy. I mean, I wasn't. I was good looking, but I wasn't. I had face issues and stuff like that, and so I was a shy guy. I was a very shy guy, and I'm a shy guy now in a sense. I'm more bold now because I'm more assured of myself. And I got a good foundation in the foundation of the Lord in my life. So I'm more bold. I'm more talkative. I'm more like that. And but still, I still have this level of shyness in me because, like when you ask people, like if you like somebody, and you don't wanna have that person say no, not. Oh, you don't want to say, oh, can I have your number? And then the person say no. That always stinks. That always hurts. You know what I mean? It's just like I was talking about Gil, my best friend. I mean, sometimes that happens to him and stuff like that. So anybody who's who who their hair hits him by mistake, he's maybe she likes me. Like, come on, man, some stuff. You know. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, yeah, I want to get married again though. I want to have children. I want to get married again, but the children is optional. I mean, I don't have to. As long as I love that person that can't have any kids, and she loves me back, and I have kids already. I don't know if she's gonna have kids already. I don't really want to get into. It depends on the kids because I don't want any problems that I have with Mary, and Oscar Jr. And I don't have problems with Godfrey because I'm teaching him my ways of cleanliness and stuff like that, and being responsible in doing your chores. And you don't get to see TV unless you do your chores and stuff. I'm very hard on Godfrey. I love Godfrey. I kiss him, I hug him, I tell him I love him, and he kisses me back and stuff like that. But I'm very tough on him because I want him to be an honorable, respectable man. Okay? And like that. But I have a lot of problems with Mary, my stepdaughter, and a lot of problems with Oscar Jr., my other step son, who's not even here in November because of that fact. And I don't know if I want to get involved. And it depends. It depends how old the kids are and stuff like that. They're going to give me problems, well, the hell with it. I mean, I'm not going to get into that. You know? It depends. It depends on the situation. How old they are, if they're still in the house, if this and that, their attitudes, are they nice people? You know what I mean? Now, everybody wants to protect mommy mommy and daddy. I understand that. I was very hard on my mother's boyfriends. I made it hell for her. I really did. I was jealous, and people coming over the house. Like one guy coming over, and I wanted to kick his rear end out. I used to pick him up every Saturday. I used to pick him up, and he used to, um, he passed away though also, and I used to pick him up in a train. I used to go on the train and pick him up and take him home, and in the same day, go with him on the train to go back to his house. You know, and so, but I was very hard on my mother, man. You see, the thing the guy didn't need me to be that cruel. You know, I was cruel sometimes though, man. I was very cruel. I said, oh, what's he doing? He's a Catholic. I mean, what's he doing in the house? He's this, he's that. Look at that. He gave me a Catholic Bible. I mean, I'm ripping the pages off and stuff like that. That's not supposed to be in there because I know the original. So okay, well, this picture of Mary gets out. I mean, the rosary beads. That's out. I don't want that. I don't want this. Why he gave me that for? You know. And it's just because I wanted the best for my mother. I didn't want, this counterfeit dude coming in. But yet I picked him up every Saturday, though. And then when my mother said, okay, Conde, I want you to make a decision. Is it going to be me or is it going to be your house? And then Conde was his name, Candelario. Conde is just short. Uh, and are you going to marry me or are you going to stay in your house? Well, I'll marry you, but I'll stay in my house. I mean, maybe I was right being hard on him. You understand what I'm saying? How are you going to marry my mother and live in your house? And then we found out, then she found out that he had a relationship on the side, he had a relationship on the side. And he used to go and visit my mother, but then, he had a relationship on the side. So that killed everything because my mother was very, very tough. So that killed everything. So I guess I was right, all along about the dude. Even though I was nice enough to pick him up and drop him off. But I don't want that, man. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't want that, man. Let me look at the time over here. I don't know. It has to be a very special person for me to get involved with stepkids again, man. Let me see over here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, I mean, I don't. Listen, if I had my druthers, my choices, I wouldn't choose like that. No, you know. And my mother used to say, you have to accept. And she was talking in a general way, not in anybody in specific. But you have to accept the children of your wife. You have to accept the children. I understand that. But one thing she was missing is that they have to accept me. Because if they don't accept me, it's going to be hell, okay? A hell of a relationship. Because then the woman's going to tell me, oh, well, that's not your kids. You can't discipline them and stuff like that. Like RIZA said, oh, they're not your children. Yeah, but you know something? God has given me authority over your kids because I'm married to you. You understand what I'm saying? Don't you ever forget that. That your former lover, not even husband, is not around anymore to finish the job that he started. I have to finish his mess up. You understand what I'm saying? And you're lucky that you have somebody in your life to do that. But it never worked out with two of the three of her three, you know, two of the three kids. It didn't work out. It'll never will work out. And now forget about it. There's no shot in hell that's gonna work out now. This is gone. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, no, if I have some new thoughts, I'll make a part 3. But that's basically it for now. If I have some new thoughts, I'll write them down. You know what happens to me? I kind of forget my thoughts, and then when I record, then I don't have anything for you guys new. So like if some new thoughts come in, I'm gonna write them down or put them on a recorder or something like that. And then if I don't have anything new, then this is it for now because I want to get back to studying the Bible, which is very important for me. That's gonna serve people in the future, and some people now in smaller way. Until I buy a computer, and then I start tagging these videos and getting more different content in my channel for people to see, people other than me studying the Bible and here, which will attract people to come to this channel and subscribe and stuff like that. But right now, even though this has like 3 years, it's still in its infant stage because of me not finishing sort of the foundation of it all. Not describing the channel well, not tagging the video. So when people want to look at something, well, they're not going to see my video because I don't even have a tag on it, because I hate to write on the phone. So with that, I'll let you guys go. I think you guys get the gist of it, that nobody's been perfect in this marriage. I'm pretending that I was perfect, but you don't do the things that RIZA did in this marriage. You just don't do it. And you don't do it especially for somebody that left everything for you. That's the thing, that I left everything. I left everything for this woman, basically. Except for the stuff that I brought here, I left everything. And not only everything, but I left, my family and friends. And I didn't really have a lot of family in New York, though, because, they either got old and moved to Florida or whatever, to Puerto Rico, whatever the case may be, or they simply just died. I'm up there. I'm 58, so imagine my uncles and my aunties and my grandmothers. My grandmothers are all gone. My grandfathers are all gone. There's nobody of age, still alive like that, you know. And then my mother, before that, with this I'll let you go. My mother, before she died, she had a phone book. And then when me and my brother Fernando looked at the phone book after she passed on, the phone book had a few numbers in it, but the rest of the numbers were like in code. And so we couldn't call a lot of people. We could call some people, but not a lot of people could be reached because she had, like, let's say, a part of a telephone number or some numbers missing, and it was a wreck. Her phone book was a wreck. It's 8 o'clock. It's time to get to work, for some people. You know what I mean? I wish I had a job over here in the Philippines, man. That's what one of the things that I miss is working, you know? Because when you're a New Yorker, you're a hard worker by nature, for the most part. There's some people that are lazy, don't like to work, but, I told RIZA, and I'll definitely let you go with this. I told RIZA because she was worried. She said, well, how are you going to come here to the Philippines? You don't have money to come and stuff like that. No, I'm going to buy the tickets. I'm going to buy the tickets with my money, and I did. And I practically didn't have enough to eat. After I bought those tickets were a lot of money for me. You understand? And I had to pay the rent because I was in a building. So I had to pay the rent, and I had to pay the bills, and I had to pay my phone bill, and all the stuff, and I had to pay this, and I had to pay that. And so I had to pay things just to stay in the house. And so I still bought the plane tickets. Two tickets I bought to go and to come back. And I remember that to come back was November the 27th. And while I wasn't on the plane to go back, I never went back. You know, and um, and so I did a lot of sacrifices to come over here. I did a lot of sacrifices to come over here, and I told her, sweetheart, don't worry. Whenever I want to work, God always supplies a job for me, always. And it doesn't that He supplies it from heaven. No, I get off of my rear end, and I go searching for a job and stuff like that. But I know that I was going to land a job because every time I wanted to work, God made sure that I always work. Every time. Never failed. Never failed. Once I wanted to get up and work, after another job was finished, you know, um, then that I did it. And I said, I'm gonna find a job. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know, I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna get a job. And lo and behold, I got that job in the insurance company. And then it was, RIZA broke that shirt that I had on Facebook. I have it on Facebook. I'm sitting with my daughter, and I have it on Facebook that that shirt of the company, and it was a present that somebody gave me in the job, and and the thing is that she tore it off of me when she was angry, or when she was in this fit, in this rage, in this frenzy. She just tore it off my back, man, the shirt, and it was a shame because it was a really nice shirt. It was a present from these people in the job, but you tell these things to people who knew Reason for a long time. They don't believe you, man. They just don't believe you. They don't believe you. They don't believe you, they don't believe you, man. It's just like it goes into one ear, it comes out the other. And I told you about the advantage that she has. She has the same advantage that I used to have when I was in school. And let's say I had a house there, and everybody will be on my side and not on Riza's side. And that's how it is over here, unfortunately. And unfortunately, if she doesn't have any accountability with anybody here, well, she's going to be the same. She's not going to change. And that's a shame because you get older, and then the game stops, and then and that's a shame. It's a shame. That's sad. That is not that. Excuse me, because this is just like it's 8 o'clock in the morning. That that's sad. That not us breaking up because I knew what was gonna happen, and you become numb to things. When somebody wrecks your marriage to such a degree that they're spitting on every vow that they made, and they don't care about any vow that they made, and I should have known that the marriage meant nothing to her because we had a marriage poster that we made for the day of the marriage, and then we put it on. We put it in the balcony thing, area, canopy thing. It was a beautiful poster, and then but later on in the marriage, she gave that poster to marry her daughter to sleep on. I knew then and there that the marriage, and she said that the marriage is nothing but a piece of paper anyway. That's what she said. I knew that the marriage didn't mean anything to her, and it's too bad that she never got married for the right reasons. Everything was just for money, and she'll come to you and say, "Well, I had a lot of choices with people more money than you, you know." Yeah, but maybe you said, "Well, you know something? Not everybody is Angelo, faithful, and everywhere he goes, he takes the phone, and he talks to me when he goes to church. In the United States, he used to talk to me, and when When he went to the supermarket, he used to take the phone and he used to let me see him shop. And when he went to the clinic, he was calling me all over the place in New York. When he was in the train, when he was in the office working, in the morning before taking the car to I had a car service over there. He used to pick me up and drop me off and stuff like that, to places and bring me back home. It's called Accessorite. He used to call me in the car, in the van, before going to work, before taking the train home, or before taking the car back home. When he was waiting for the car, he used to call me at lunchtime. I mean, yeah, she could tell you that, oh, yeah, she had a lot of choices with different people who had more money than me, but not to the degree that she could trust them. So I think that's why she made the choice for me, even though I had less money than those people, was because I was more faithful and more open, and uh, in front of her. You understand what I'm saying? So not everybody's Angelo, man. Not everybody's Angelo. She's gonna find that out. She knows that. Not everybody's Angelo that stays here in the house cleaning and stuff like that, and fixing the beds, and taking care of the kids, and giving her loans and stuff like that, and not loans, but making her a loaner, and making a house for her, even though we didn't complete it. I'm making a house for her, at least that she could live in. And for her birthday, I gave her this house for her birthday. For her birthday, we moved here the same day from Romeo's house to this house. For her birthday, we moved in. You know, that's just that's life, man. Life is like that. Life hits you on the face, man. It really does, man. So it's just it's not sad, but it's sad that she just doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't change, and she doesn't. I had to make an adjustment in my marriage. Stop the yelling, because she used to do things that I didn't even tell you about yet. And so I used to yell in the marriage. I used to yell at her and stuff like that. I don't do that no more. So I got better in this marriage, and I did things more differently. You know, you know what I'm saying? She didn't like me going in the middle of the night outside to go to use somebody's bathroom. The place that we used to rent. And what did I do when the stimulus check came from the United States? I made a bathroom that's over $1,000. We have tiles in there. It's one of the biggest bathrooms in Bogle. And so I adjusted. I said, okay, well, she doesn't like this. Okay, well, I stopped doing it. But the thing about Risa, that you don't like things that she does, is she continues to do them. She just continues to do the same damn thing. She shows no effort in changing, and that's a slap in the face to the marriage partner. Like, okay, I want the table clean after you make the milk and stuff like that for the babies. She still has it dirty. Yesterday she had a spoon on there, and when I touched the spoon, the spoon was dirty, and all these ants and these gnats come out and bite my arm. She just doesn't change. She doesn't change. That's the problem. There's no progress in the marriage. It's just not. I don't know why this is like that. You know what I'm saying? There's no progress. It's the same status quo. It's the same thing. She doesn't get better. You say, Risa, I don't like this. The way you did this, or the way you do that, and I have to tell her like 100 different things, that not to do this, not to do that, to do this better, do that, the same. But it's the same thing that I have to say over and over again for 5 stinking years. There's no progress. And yet, when she tells me to do something, like not to leave this here or to put this there, I try to do it because I want to please, my wife, at least at the time, anyway. But she just, Maybe and that Ruchi, her sister, told me day before yesterday or whatever it was. My sister loves you. Come on, man. She doesn't love me, man. If you love somebody, you want to please that person. You want to please them. You'll break your back in pleasing the person, man. So when you get up from the bed, if I told you several times, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times during the 5 years that I've been with her, almost, hundreds of times, literally, I told her to make a bed. And if you don't do it, well, you don't love the person because you don't want to please the person. It's just a slap in the face. Oh, he told me to clean it, but I'm not going to clean it. So she's just the same, and it's just the tip of the iceberg I'm talking about. I already told you things that are very nasty that she kept on doing. She kept on spilling what I put into her on my body. She gets up and she spills, and then she tells me, "Well, then you be the driver then." The driver is when you're on top. The passenger is when you're on the bottom. You understand what I'm saying? Making love. You know. I'm a married person. I'm not ashamed. I don't like to be the driver because I don't feel the person. I just don't feel. When I'm the driver, I don't feel. When you're under, you feel. You understand what I'm saying? You just feel the person. The passion, the weight, the everything. If she's fat, and so you feel the person. You just feel the person. I'm just saying. I know I'm getting a little bit into the details and stuff like that. How I like to make romance and stuff like that. But I don't like to be the driver. I like to be on top. I like to be on the bottom. I like to feel. I like to feel. You understand what I'm saying? Feel. That's the deal. And so since she's a driver, she gets up first. From the car. You understand what I'm saying? She gets up, but then she spills whatever I put in her. She spills back on me. I mean, it's gross, man. It's disgusting. That was meant to be in you. And if you want to have a child, instead of standing up, you just roll over, like a little puppy. You understand what I'm saying? You just roll over, you know, put your legs to the sky, and then and hope to God that you conceive for a little while. You just put your legs up, and you know what I mean, and go to the wall, put your legs up there for a little while, and let that stuff go into you and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be, more further down. You know what I mean? And then you conceive. That's what you listen. Having sex is not just for fun, man. Having sex is procreation. You're not creating. God's creating, but you're procreating. You're doing stuff, going through the motions, to have a part in procreation. It's meant to you to get up and spill everything back on the person that put the stuff into you in the first place, though, man. It's not like that, though. What the hell? I listen. When I used to make love, not now. When I used to make love to my wife, it was for two reasons. Yes, to get pleasure out of it. Of course, you have to be a fool, an idiot, stupid, fool, to not think that you're not gonna get no pleasure. You know what I mean? I just remember Sarah, in the Bible. Shall I, being old, find pleasure in my Lord? In her husband. L, Lord with a small L. You know what I'm saying? How can I have pleasure when I'm old? So, I'm telling you, the Bible has everything, though, man. It has everything. It's fornication, adultery, betrayal. I mean, you name it, the Bible has it. You know what I'm saying? War, peace, births, marriages, deaths. That's everything. I don't know why people don't read it. I don't know why people don't read it. And then they're complaining because things don't go right in their lives and stuff like that. And then they say, "Oh God, help me." Why? You don't read His Word. But I don't like to be the driver. I hate to be the driver. I like to be the passenger, man. I like to feel. You understand what I'm saying? Feel. You just feel differently under there. You understand what I'm saying? Not to be too dramatic. I mean, you just listen. It's just different. And I hope the next wife understands. I don't like to be the driver, though, man. So I hope she likes to be the driver and I'm the passenger because you just feel. You know what I mean? That's the deal. But I don't feel good, no pun intended, when she gets up, she's fat rear and she get up, and she spills the stuff on me, and then she's so sexy and sassy, goes to the bathroom and wash up. Come on, man. It's not like that, though, man. It's not like that. You don't spill the stuff back on me. It's supposed to stay in you for a while. You understand what I'm saying? I got enough to worry about washing and stuff like that. I don't need, wash my stuff and wash your stuff too. And then it's gross. It just falls on my lap, man. Come on, man. It's gross. It's a woman, you see, we need a change. There has to be a separation. There's just no respect. When you do stuff like that, you don't respect of God, because you know how many times I told her not to do that? And you know how many times I told her not to shake and bake? It's like she's making chicken. It's just like, when you get the frying pan in your hand and you're shaking it like that. You're shaking the chicken or you're shaking something, in the frying pan. You shake it like that. So instead of getting up in the beginning, in the early days, she used to just, shake her body like to left and right, east to west. Just shake it like that, and then come out. And it worked for a time. Sean wasn't conceived until I knew the trick. And it took me long enough to find out the trick and stuff like that. And I said, oh, that's what she's doing? She's shaking my stuff out before she gets up? Oh, okay, so what I'm going to do, we're gonna have sex now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, oh, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to come out. I'm going to put that stuff in her, and then I'm going to come out quick before she shakes. And then Sean was conceived. He was. A beautiful Sean, that little boy that you all love. He wasn't going to be born if I don't do that, because if I don't find out the trick. But then she knew that I knew that trick, you understand what I'm saying? And, last month, we made love 3 times. It was just, I think it was by mistake. And so we made love, and we made love twice in one night. Listen, me and Riza, we used to make love 5 times a day. A day. That was in the beginning, in the first year. I mean, we used to make love 5 times a day. You have to understand. Every time she came in the house, we used to make love. She used to go out and then stay out for a couple of hours and come back. We made love. Come back and we made love. Come back and we made love. We made like 5. Like the record of our marriage is 5 times in one day. 5. Forget about this month because we're breaking up and stuff like that. We made love 3 times last month, and the other months was 1 time. Once. We used to make love 5 times a day. Meaning, like, so if it was like multiply that by 5 times 7 in 1 week, what was 5 times 7? Was it 35? I think 5 times 7 is 35. Because 5 times 6, 7 times 6 is 42. So 7 times 5 is 35. 35 times in 1 week. In 1 week. Do you know that last year we probably made love 12 times last year? And we used to make 35 times a week. Come on, man. Do the math. It's like a loan. Come on, get with it, dawg. Come on, man. It's not the same. And you don't have a right to make it not the same. It says in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, with this I'll let you go, take care, that the body of the wife does not belong to her, but to the husband. And the body of the husband does not belong to him, but to the wife. Do not defraud each other unless it is with consent, but come back together, consent for a time, but come back together so Satan does not tempt your incontinence. You're not being together. He's going to tempt that. Do it with consent, meaning, listen, 1 Corinthians chapter 7, read it. It's the great marriage chapter. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, just in case you don't know the Bible. Read it. It says that the body of Riza is not hers, it's mine. It is mine. And my body doesn't belong to me, but to her. You can't do whatever the hell you want to do in a marriage. It doesn't go like that, man. It's not like that. You don't call the shots. You don't get to pick and choose, okay, when you have sex with a person. If you want it one time, oh, and why didn't you make? Why did you make love only one time a month, Riza, with Angelo? Oh, my period was so long. My period, I mean, my period lasted the whole month. Be careful with that line, man. Be careful. Be careful. Careful lying like that. That your period was the whole month. Come on, be careful with that though. And if your period is that long, you should go to the doctor and get yourself checked out. But that's another thing. She don't want to go to the doctor. So she has a back kidney. She don't want to go to the doctor. She has bad breast. She don't want to go to the doctor. And then she has anemia, bad blood, which could become a cancer, and she doesn't want to go to the doctor. You see? And that's for better or for worse. I don't think worse included adultery. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think worse included somebody that don't want to make love to you and puts back the stuff that you put into her and puts it back into you. It's just like you're playing, like volleyball or something. You know what I'm saying? As a, is a sex between me and Riza is like playing volleyball. I give her, she gives it back to me. I mean, we're playing volleyball. That's what it is. I mean, it's just like, might as well be having sex on a court. I'm just saying. It's like playing volleyball. I give it to her, she gives it back to me. What the hell are you giving it back to me? I give it to you. I was like, oh, playing hot potato. It's funny, I know. Playing hot potato. Oh, you give it, okay. No, let me give it, you give it back to me, I give it back to you, you give it back. Come on, man. What the hell? Oh, no, I don't want it. Here. You take it. And the thing, I can't give it back. So when I put it to her, and then she gives it back to me, well, I can't, serve again. It takes it takes like about a half an hour to recharge the batteries. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, the car takes a little, time to reboot. You know what I'm saying? Just can't get on a horse again, and can't get on. You know what I mean? I don't care if you're the driver or the passenger, man. As a man. That stuff takes time to regenerate. You understand what I'm saying? To give it another supply. You understand what I mean? It's like the Nina Pinta de Santa Maria. They need to come back. From the port. You know what I mean? They have to go back to Spain and come back again. Takes time. It's not like that though. I'm just saying it's not. I mean, it's just a deal. When we're playing tennis, I'm serving and I'm giving it to her, and then she's throwing it back to me. The sperm. I'm just saying. I mean, it's gross. I mean, listen, that's a crime, man. I mean, I know it's funny the way I'm putting it, but it's a crime. How can I give you and then you throw it back to my lap? Why'd you get married in the first place? Why you make the marriage vows and stuff like that? For why? Just for what? For what? Money? Oh, there you go. See? There you go. Poorest of the poor. And that's it over here in a recording or something like that, the poorest of the poor, and somebody slams something, like they heard, oh, Angelo's the poorest of the poor, that means me. Boom! Then they slam the dishes or something like that, Ain't nobody told you to eavesdrop on my conversation. Just looking at my YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying? But you can't be playing tennis with me, man. This is not a tennis match. This is not Wimbledon. You know what I mean? I mean, it's sex is sex. It's not you playing games like volleyball. Oh, you take it by. Let me give it by. I used to play volleyball over here. You know what I mean? And man, I'm a rotten volleyball player. I mean, I'm a goodness girl. I can't serve like underhand like that. Like they do. They hit it underhand and stuff like that. I mean, I could play, but then I'm not that great. You have to play every day to become good. I'm a very good basketball player. I could beat anybody in the battle playing basketball. I mean, I beat everybody here. Everybody. Kyle, John. I mean, all the guys. I beat the best of the best over here in the battle. And that was like 2 years ago. I don't play no more, Because first of all, there's no court. But I have to go back and play, and see what I do, get back into shape and play again. But I'm a very good basketball player, though, man. I used to play, high school basketball. We used to with a referee. with a whistle. We used to go to the schools to play against the real schools, and we had a real basketball court and a clock and everything. And I was in the newspapers one day. They called me a burly forward. It's just it's a nice expression, you know. And I was in television once. I was being interviewed because it was an astonishing thing. Legally blind school, and we have good players though, very good. I mean, one of our players scored 52 points. We still lost the game, like 74-72, but he scored like 52 points in one game against a sighted school. And he had good, decent eyesight. And but it's not like that though, man. It's just like you're playing tennis with RIZA though. I mean, you give her, she gives it right back. It's like a rubber band or something like that. You let it go, you snap it, or it's like a boomerang. You throw it and it comes back to you. What the hell? I'm a married man, like I said before. I'm not in it for the fun though, only, man. Yeah, you get fun out of it, but still, man, you're there to procreate and to have kids in my age. You know what I mean? My age is my age. I'm not getting any younger. And I want more children. I want more children because Sean needs, okay, someone, Anna cannot fulfill that right now, being the guardian of Sean as the older sister. She cannot do, not now anyway. Maybe it'll be a miracle. Who knows? Miracles do happen. If that head grows right and there's no brain damage or nothing like that, well, then she'll be normal. If the head grows, that's the only thing. The head has to grow. But if it doesn't, because if God's will, may God's will be done. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what God's plan is for that child. Well, I mean, Sean needs an older brother. I mean, not an older brother, because he's going to be older than anybody that comes after. He needs a sibling that can help him out. He needs another brother. He needs a sister. That's why if I have a daughter through the next woman in my life, I want to call her Nilda because it means shield bearer. It means protector, defender. Nilda, and that's the name of my mother. You know, or I want to name the next son that I have Angelo. Because a lot of people say, well, he looks like you. Why didn't you name him Angelo? Well, okay, well, the next son I can name Angelo. Or if I have a daughter, it could be Angelica, something like that. We'll talk about it. Whoever she's gonna be, God willing, we shall do this and that. But that's why I said, Risa, I want a son or another daughter for a reason. To be with Sean, because I can't trust in your children. I can't trust with Mary. She already has sex with somebody at the age of 12. I can't trust. She's going to be with her father, my stepdaughter, Mary. She's going to be with her father in the future. Then what? I can't trust Oscar Jr. He's gone out of Don Pedro. And I don't know about Godfrey because, maybe he's going to go back to his father. So there you have all the children of reason in the first relationship, are going to be gone probably. And then where Sean is going to be? He's going to need a sibling. And that's why I want to have another child. That's why I wanted to have another child through her, because the thing is that, that's I have a reason. She knows that though. But hey, listen, like we say in America, one woman's loss is another woman's gain. You know what I mean? One woman's loss is another woman's gain. That's all. Where RIZA lost, another woman is going to gain. And it's going to gain a lot. Let's just put it like that. Because when I love, I put everything into it, man. I put everything into it. RIZA knows that. I put my faithfulness into it. I put my biblical skills into it. I put everything into it, man. And now that I know how marriage is, I'm going to even put more, because now I know what marriage is all about. I mean, I never knew before. The mistakes that I did in this marriage, because nobody's been perfect, will be minimized to such a degree in the second marriage that it's going to be a stark difference, because nobody's been perfect. Nobody's been perfect in this marriage at all. But to destroy and to kill the marriage, that that took some undertaking, and RIZA has the fault of doing that in our marriage, in our situation. You understand what I'm saying? Well, anyway, I'm gonna go now. This is Angelo Quinones giving the glory to God the Father, to the Lord Jesus Christ, and then the Holy Spirit. You understand what I'm saying? If you didn't subscribe to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel. Please give me a thumbs up. I'm very happy that in my one of my videos, several people gave likes, thumbs up to the RIZA tapes, and so that made me very happy that that people agreed with my assessment of the situation, and people agreed that she cheated. And that's why we're going to get the separation, and I hope it happens as soon as possible next year, meaning filing for it anyway. And I hope that, whether it be in 2026 or whatever the case may be, that the separation will actually be complete. Okay, thank you guys. Bye. Bye. God bless. Bye. Okay.